Hey there, race fans. It's Race Day Top 5 with me, Frank 5. Round of 12 in the books. 8 drivers move on. 4 have been left in the dust, or probably dragged away by a tornado floating around near Kansas City. Number 1, Martin Truex Jr., king of the mile and a halves, captures his 7th win of the season, 6th on the mile and a half track, and more importantly, gains more bonus points going on to the round of 8 as he captures today's Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway. Truex started on the pole and had a really good car at the beginning, but he had a little bit of controversy after the first caution came out for the competition yellow because of rain last night. He got caught with a restart violation for apparently restarting the race below the apron of the racetrack, which apparently is against NASCAR regulations, which I don't get. But he didn't lose a lap. He was able to stay in the lead lap. Then he had a loose wheel. Fell lap down, got his lap back, and told the crew, we're going to win this baby. And they were able to do it. They were able to dominate the last half of the race and get a win that was really needed for the team because apparently one of their crew members last night died of a heart attack at age 55. And this is a special win for the team as well for Truex Jr. I think they really deserve this. And he was able to do it today over Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin, the top 5. Number 2, Chase Elliott. We made it to the round of 8 with a top 5 finish. We really struggled at the beginning of the race because we qualified poorly, worked our way to the top 10, kept adjusting the car, and at the beginning of Stage 3, we were able to work our way to the top 5. I didn't really feel like we had a chance of winning the race because the Toyotas were kicking everybody's tails today, but if we had a top 5 or top 10 with no mistakes and had the track position, I felt comfortable we were going to come out with a good finish and probably point our way in anyway, and that's what we did. We're on to the round of 8. I'm liking our chances in Martinsville because we ran well there in the spring, but we tested a couple weeks ago and we weren't really pleased, but we'll figure it out. We're good at Texas, we'll do good there, and hopefully we'll do well at Phoenix like we won the stage earlier this year before we lost our track position. Number 3, Kyle Busch dominated the first half of the race when Truex got caught with all those issues, the restart violation and the loose wheel. Kyle was in a must-win situation today because he came in 7 points below the cut line, and then he was able to win Stage 1, didn't win Stage 2, but earned enough points, and then was dominating at the beginning of Stage 3 until he lost it to Truex. Kyle ended up 10th, but he advanced on to the next round by 11 points. Gutsy effort by this whole 18 team today to get this far, to get above the cut line. So I'll give them a kudos, but they need to continue to be consistent at the round of 8 next week in Martinsville and going on the next 2 races so they don't have any problems down the road. Number 4, the drivers that have been eliminated and the reasons why. Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Jamie McMurray. Now, let's be honest, people. We all knew Stenhouse and McMurray really didn't have a chance. After they were wrecked last week at Talladega, we knew their chances were done. And they were both involved in wrecks today. Matt Kenseth had a legitimate chance to probably make it in until he was caught up in a huge wreck when Eric Jones got loose off of Turn 2 with about 70 laps to go and collected Kenseth as well as McMurray, who had to win the race. So, and there was a little bit of controversy with Kenseth trying to repair the car if he could. Apparently, according to the NASCAR rulebook, under a yellow flag and under the 5-minute clock, you can only have 6 men working on the car, not 7. And they parked Kenseth for that. Now, everybody got a little bit of controversy with Jimmy Johnson, who spun twice earlier today, thinking he did the same thing. But there was one crew member that was servicing the driver, tearing off the windshield. That doesn't count as working on the car. So, a lot of confusion surrounding that whole issue with the 20 team today. So, this might have been Matt Kenseth's last chance at championship. We may not see him in a car next year because there are no available opportunities at the moment. So, hopefully he finds one, but this may be the last full-time year we see Matt Kenseth. So, if so, then he's had a wonderful career. But the biggest shock of the people not making it is Kyle Larson. Came into this race 29 points above the cut line. I think he has a chance. And on lap 70, like towards the end of Stage 1, he lost a cylinder, blew up his engine, and finished 9 points behind the cut line out of the playoffs. Cannot believe that happened to him, and really wish he was advancing, but I guess not. And number 5, the guys moving on, Truex, Keselowski, Harvick, Hamlin, Blaney, Johnson, Kyle Busch, and Chase Elliott. Which one of them can win next week? We will find out down the road in Martinsville. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Congrats to the guys moving on. I'll see you in Martinsville.